Hey YouTubers, today I'm going to show you how to take your blues harmonica chords and boost them up, and it's almost like putting them on steroids. This video is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of ideas to get you started on becoming a professional on stage. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you about 3 different ways to play some chords. And if you take these and you mix and match them, or if you put them in your own solo, you could actually come up with some professional sounding solos or accompaniments when you play on stage. A lot of this stuff is basically just going to be a recap of stuff that you learned from my previous videos. So I would highly recommend you learn from my previous videos, master that, and then come back to this and then try to master this. Then it won't be so hard. Today I'm going to play in the key of C, and I just recently purchased a Blues Master Suzuki, and it's pretty close to a Hohner Special 20 in sounding and in action, but I just thought it looked kind of pretty and just thought I'd give it a chance, so I recently purchased it. What we're going to do, the first idea, if you remember on the chords, I taught you articulation, hata hutu, on holes 1, 2, 3. So if you just play that only, your blues playing can be a little boring, so I'll show you how to spice it up. So here's what it'd be if you just played it. So you get kind of boring after a couple seconds. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on hole 4, and if you remember my other videos, the wata technique. So while you're drawing on hole 4, you're going to go, and then you're going to blow out and go hutu. And then you're going to go back over to holes 1, 2, and 3 and continue your hata hutu chords. So you're going to go. And you see by me cupping my hands, it sounds deeper. And if you just barely do your wata, it'll sound like this. And if you exaggerate it, what I mean by exaggerating is if you do real deep wata, it's like, and then if you cup it, see, it sounds more bluesier. So do like a deep exaggeration of a wata, and then hutu, and then over to your chords. So, and another thing you can do to substitute the wata, you can add your trill. And if you remember on my video, the trill is between holes 4 and 5. You're just basically shaking it back and forth. And it'll sound like this. So what I'm doing is, when I'm trilling between 4 and 5, I'm doing a wata, and then I'm blowing out and doing hutu, same while I'm still trilling. Then I'm moving over to the holes 1, 2, 3. Then sometimes when I cut my hands, I'll flutter them, and it gives it like a little, like a vibrato, like a singer doing a vibrato in their voice, like. So them 2 techniques right there, adding with your chords, can make you sound really professional, and when you get up on stage, it'll make the difference between the people dancing to your music or just sitting there just drinking their beer. Here's a little thing. It's kind of based on like just practicing your own little blues solo without a backing track. And I'll play it for you first, and then I'll just break it down. You'll see what I mean. So, and that's just something to kind of maybe like if you're going on stage, just kind of warm up with that. Um, you can play this also against backing tracks. And if you watch some of my previous videos, I did something like this during a backing track. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to aim the middle of your mouth. You're going to try to shoot for, like, say, single hole, but you don't really want exactly single hole. You want it kind of dirty, gritty sounding, like a what they call dirty, gritty blues. It's kind of like not a very clean note like you would some virtuoso, but it's more like somebody sitting on a back porch playing their blues harmonica. So what you're going to do is you're going to aim your mouth to the hole 3. And if you get a little bit of hole 2, hole 4, that's good, because you want it to sound dirty. Because see, a clean note would be like that, but you want to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to blow on hole 3, draw on hole 3, blow on hole 4, and then draw on hole 4, and you're going to kind of hold it for a few seconds. You're going to. So again, blow on hole 3, draw on hole 3, blow on hole 4, and draw on hole 4. And you want to kind of get a little bit of the note next to it, but the holes that I'm calling out is what I want you to aim the center of your mouth to. And if you get a little bit, like I said, to the note next to it, that's what you want. So, okay. And then you're going to draw on hole 4 and blow on hole 4. And then you're going to draw on hole 3. Then you're going to move over just a hair and draw on hole 2. That's your root note. That's how you're going to end. So draw on hole 4, blow on hole 4, draw on hole 3, draw on hole 2. So put that together. Now what you can do when you get up to that hole 4, you can just do like a little bit of wah-wah. So here we go. So basically all I did is just, instead of just going, I just went. So practice that, and then when you get to, after you do that twice, then you're going to go to hole 4 and you're going to go. You're going to go wah, hoo, wah, hoo, wah, wah. It's just draw, blow, draw, blow. Then you're going to draw on hole 4, blow on hole 4, slide over, draw on hole 3, and draw on hole 2. And that's how you'll end it. So it'll sound like this. Okay, so just recap one more time. Draw on hole 3, blow on hole 3, draw on hole 3, blow on hole 4, draw on hole 4. And then just put some wows in it. And then when you climb back down, draw on hole 4, blow on hole 4, draw on hole 3, draw on hole 2. Do that twice. And then you go right directly to hole 4 and do wah, hoo, wah, hoo, wah, wah. Then draw on hole 4, blow on hole 4, draw on hole 3, draw on hole 2. And like I said, this is just some musicians use this as a warm-up. Some takes this idea and modifies it a little bit, puts it to backing track. You can put it to play against a guitar player. So, but also it sounds cool, like if you just want to show your friends, your family, your blues techniques, but you don't have a backing track with you, or you don't want to say, hey, come over here and let me turn on this backing track. You just go like, hey, watch this. So hopefully this help you take your playing to one notch higher. And like I said, if you master this, you're well on your way to creating your own style, creating your own riffs, because nobody can play constantly like Rick Nolte. You want to play like yourself. You want to get your own feeling in how you interpret the blues, how you feel the blues. Take these tools I gave you and use them for your own feeling, your own style. So hopefully you had fun with this video, and good luck.